day for RD1 Distillery and for bourbon lovers across the Commonwealth. Where else in the world can you have a bourbon announcement at 10 a.m. but in Kentucky, right? So glad you guys are all here. The impact that the bourbon industry has on Kentucky really cannot be overstated. We're talking a $9 billion economic impact on the state. The Kentucky Bourbon Trail saw an extraordinary 2.7 million guests in 2024 at our nearly 120 distilleries all across Kentucky. And RD1 is set to expand upon that so that we can welcome another 30,000 guests right here to this facility.
I truly appreciate everybody being here. And Lieutenant Governor, I know how busy you are and really greatly appreciate everything that you do. But we definitely got to get you some form of glove. That's a really nice coat, but the bright red just no, I appreciate it. I would just like to say thank you to our team, to Mike Tetterton and the people at RD1. Just greatly appreciate the work that they've done. I've just been a silent partner and an investor. And one thing I learned early on is the tie-up and to be connected to good people. And certainly Mike Tetterton and the team at RD1 has been remarkable. I'm proud just to be a small part of it. Thank you to our team. Thank you to Mike, Marcia Berry, everybody at RD1. Thank you for taking the time to be here to celebrate this moment with us. And let's have a great day. So thank you all very much.
In 1865, Ashland Distillery became the first federally registered distillery right here in our hometown of Lexington, and was assigned the distinction of RD1, a distinct honor, and for those of you who are in the industry, bragging rights for any distillery in the Commonwealth. Today we are honoring that history and heritage, but we're also writing the next chapter in Lexington's bourbon story with the opening of this signature landmark. At Visit Lex, we recognize the tremendous role bourbon has played and continues to play in our city, which is why we at the office often refer to this place called Bourbon Land. It's kind of like Candyland except for bourbon. Bourbon Land represents a mix of our culture and our creativity and our innovation, and RD1 is the perfect combination of all three important and distinctive traits. RD1 explores what happens to Kentucky straight bourbon when unique wood staves that are sourced from all across the world are added to the original barrel to finish aging the whiskey. Guests to this wonderful new destination will be taken on a sensory journey with RD1's unique wood-finished expressions.
It is an honor to stand here today as the president of the Kentucky Distillers Association to celebrate the grand opening of RD1 Distillery at the Commons, a landmark moment for Lexington, for Kentucky, and for our world-renowned bourbon industry. For nearly 150 years, the KDA has been the voice of bourbon, uniting our storied distilleries to preserve our heritage, protect our craft, and to promote the mellow amber nectar that defines the bluegrass state. Today, we welcome RD1 Spirits to its new home place as the cornerstone of the Commons, Lexington's newest entertainment district. As previously mentioned, RD1's story is the story of firsts. In 1865, the Ashland Distillery became Lexington's first federally registered distillery, earning the designation of RD1. It was a pioneer, setting the stage for our signature bourbon industry to flourish. Now fast forward to 2020, when a group of bold entrepreneurs revived that legacy, led by Mike Tetterton, Barry Branniger, and with the spirited support of UK coach Mark Stoops. They didn't just resurrect a name, they rekindled a passion for innovation, asking, what else can bourbon do? This stunning new distillery at the Commons answers that question. Spanning 2 stories and more than 3 times the size of its former home, RD1 Distillery is a testament to craftsmanship and creativity. From its research and development distillery to its wood finishing lab, bourbon bar, speakeasy, and versatile event spaces, this is more than a distillery. It's a destination. It's a place where visitors from near and far will discover the complex artistry of Kentucky straight bourbon, enhanced by unique wood finishes that push the boundaries of flavor. What makes RD1 truly special is its commitment to both heritage and progress. They honor the mavericks of the past, figures like William Tarr and Thomas McGibbon, who, by the way, was the first chairman of the KDA's board of directors back in 1880. At the same time, RD1 charts a bold future with a team that includes Dr. Jerry Gollahue, their RD master distiller, exploring new dimensions of bourbon through science and innovation. And this opening marks a milestone for our Kentucky Bourbon Trail adventure, which RD1 proudly joined earlier this year. With 2.7 million visitors last year alone, RD1 strengthens our state's position as the global capital of bourbon tourism. And it's a reminder that bourbon isn't just a drink. It's an economic engine, a cultural touchstone, and a way of life that creates jobs, attracts travelers, and brings communities together. As we like to say, bourbon brings people together, and it's building Kentucky. So to Mike, Barry, Coach Stoops, and the entire team at RD1, thank you for your vision, your dedication, and your unwavering commitment to breathing new life into Lexington's rich bourbon history. This distillery is a gift to our industry and our Commonwealth, and we can't wait to see the chapters that you're going to write next. Thank you, and cheers.
On behalf of RD1, I want to thank everybody for coming today. The gods have helped us with the weather a little bit because it wasn't looking good a few days ago. My partner, Marcia Couch, off to the side here, and I would like to welcome you and thank you for taking your time to come today. We're both grateful and blessed to be a part of what you're getting ready to see inside. The 2.7 million people that came to Kentucky and did the Bourbon Trail, where 7.5% participated in the Lexington area. That number's going to change, and we're banking on it, by the way. My bankers are banking on it. But our goal from the very beginning in 2020 was to have a home. Actually, not like this. It was just a vision of a home. This took 4 years in the planning, and I want to call special recognition to Daren Turner again. You've heard his name several times. We're almost at the end of this, but he's up next. And Daren had a vision of this development that used to be full of tobacco barns. And it is going to be, without a doubt, the coolest development in the city of Lexington and one of the coolest in all of Kentucky. When I heard his vision a couple and a half years ago, I knew we wanted to be the anchor tenant. We're probably here a little early compared to the other development, but that's okay. We wanted to anchor and be in this development. And Daren and his team, as you can see, do not build shabby stuff. This is first class, and we're so blessed to be a part of what he's accomplishing out here. You're going to see some renderings inside, and that will show you part of the other development in here. So Daren, to you and your staff, we'd like to thank you. Coach Stoops, Raj Patel, and other investors in RD1, we'd like to thank you. You think you're an investor and you just hang out, but you don't. We get a lot of advice from you, and just watching and emulating your leadership style on the field. KDA, I'm not sure that I can put into words what the KDA means to us. Eric Gregory, that you just heard from, and his team have single-handedly transformed the spirits industry in the state of Kentucky. They have gotten legislation and laws passed that other states, distilleries like us, wish they could get done. They have done amazing things to help distilleries like us become profitable. And stuff that when they throw up on the drawing board and you hear about it, you say, there's no way you can get that done. His staff gets it done, and I don't mean it. You know, when we came into this in 2020, I don't have a history in bourbon, and we heard of the Kentucky Distillers Association, and every group's got an association. This is not just an association. These guys move and they transform the industry that we're in. So thank you, Eric. I'd like to thank our staff. I've just got a couple of thank yous. Elizabeth Cornelius and Joya Miller. are responsible for everything you see after you walk inside these doors. And it turned out better than I could have ever done it. As a matter of fact, they told me several times, would you not make any more suggestions? You have no taste and you're kind of rednecky, so let us do our job. And we did. My parents taught me early on, let people do what they do best, and they do it really well. The Couch family, we've got most of the boys employed with us, and we want to appreciate I appreciate you and thank you for your contribution. I've got two boys here, Chris and John Taylor, and John Taylor flew up from Florida to help us with the opening, and my wife, who doesn't get to see me very often as we do to get prepared for things like this, and I'm sure I'm missing several people, but I hope you enjoy the afternoon, morning, and I hope you enjoy everything you see inside. We work really hard to make you proud of what we're going to do to represent Lexington. Thank you.
I want to thank RD1. I want to thank, it started off with a dinner one night with me and Coach having dinner one night, and he was telling me they were looking for a new home for RD1. And I told him about the development. We talked through that, him, myself, and another friend, Bruce Drake. And, you know, again, so we looked through some of the different things we were looking at doing. So Coach introduced me to Mike. Me and Mike spent a bunch of time. We spent a bunch of time for the last 2.5 years together trying to figure out how this is going to look. And I want to thank Mike and his team for taking a leap of faith with me. You know, when I first bought this, as you can see, there's a lot of construction going on. It took someone with a vision, not just my vision, it took someone else to be able to invest what they did down here. And so for RD1 to reach out and do what they did, and take, again, just having the faith and my passion, what I was looking at doing, the vision that I had for this development, because obviously they're our anchor. They're the first piece of property you see when you come in, but there's a lot of stuff that's still going on and stuff, and so I was appreciative they were willing to open when they did, number one, but more than anything, for the amount of money you guys put in this place and working with our team, I can't thank you all enough.